Welcome. In this presentation, we're going to show you how to raise unlimited funds for any project, dream, or personal aspiration. The world's changing, with the internet, Facebook, mobile phone apps, and now crowdfunding. So what is crowdfunding? Wikipedia says crowdfunding is the practice of funding a project or a venture by raising monetary contributions from a large number of people, typically via the internet. And in Forbes magazine was recently written, crowdfunding is the next big trend. Crowdfunding is a worldwide phenomena that is now helping to make the dreams of people just like you and me come true every day, to the tune of $5.1 billion in 2013, over $10 billion in 2014, and the World Bank estimates reaching $96 billion within the next 10 years. Crowdfunding is a powerful new global economy. In 2013, Facebook and crowdfunding were neck and neck, with Facebook grossing $5.97 billion in 2013 and crowdfunding grossing $5.1 billion the same year. But now with crowdfunding reaching over $10 billion in 2014, it has outperformed Facebook by billions of dollars. Bigger than Facebook? Now that's powerful. Powerful enough to fund any project, big or small, you may desire. What's your dream? Starting or expanding a business? Nurturing spiritual pursuits? Creating projects to make a better world? Funding home improvements? Funding college loans, or how about a wedding? Buying a new car, a new home? Creating a retirement fund? Paying off loans, bills, mortgages, etc. Anything that's a legitimate project. If you Google crowdfunding, you'll find there are over 500 crowdfunding websites on the internet today. And they all have four things in common. They all charge you a fee or a percentage of your donations for using their platforms. They all require you to do all your own marketing, and this means you'll have to contact hundreds, if not thousands of people through your own efforts to ask for contributions. And they all have time limits. They all use addition rather than multiplication to gather donations. So, for the most part, you're pretty much on your own, and only a small percentage of people and projects actually get funded, but not anymore. Welcome to our intentional global community built upon our world-class shared crowdfunding platform. Our leveraged shared platform is different. There are no fees. There are no time limits. We share contributions globally. No restrictions on projects and categories. And your project can potentially receive hundreds and possibly thousands of shared contributions it would have never received on other crowdfunding websites using addition. And here's why: the power of multiplication. The reason our shared community crowdfunding platform is so different is that we use multiplication rather than addition. All the other platforms use addition. When you find 4 donors, you have to go out and find another 4, and then another 4, and then another 4, and in doing that, you create 16 potential donors. But on our shared community platform, we use multiplication. You find 4 people to contribute and help them find 4, and help them find 4, and help them find 4. And in that way, you create a community through multiplication of 256 people part of your community potential, and they can all make contributions to your project because we share through our donation distribution formula. We'll show you the details of that in a slide to come. On our shared platform, we voluntarily choose to contribute to other people's projects. And in return, we can receive from an unlimited number of other crowdfunders. And here's some projects on our site. We have projects around health, creative projects making an album, or with creating organic farming, or shelter and helping women, having a second home, or outreach for ministries, or further education, or helping with animals. Truly, this is the spirit of people helping people. It's important to read this before we go further. This is not a business or income opportunity in any way. Our donation distribution formula is purely based on crowdfunding, and we make no claims or guarantees of contributions that your project will receive. Each individual's project's success depends largely on his or her commitment, desire, and personal efforts. Please note the following example shown is not typical, and that is only a hypothetical example. In the real world, it will never happen in this manner. Some project managers will refer 4, some 2, some 1, some none, but some will refer more, so each situation will be unique. Your total financial risk is only the initial contribution you donate to your referrer's project, which is non-refundable and a personal choice. The following example is based on you referring 4 project managers who each make a one-time contribution of $200 to your project. Each new project manager refers 4 additional project managers that each do the same. As additional contributions are received, every project manager steps up and progressively funds all 4 floors. And this is what our donation distribution formula looks like. This is kind of like your roadmap. And we'll go through this just a little bit here. We do have presentations that go into much more detail and shows you every moment of how it moves forward and all the steps involved. But just as an overview for now, think of this side as what you give and this side is what you potentially can receive. So you're sharing with the community by making donations forward. In the first case, you're doing $200 out of your pocket, and that's what this represents here. Now, if you find 4 people that follow behind you, you can receive that same $200, and that's where this $800 comes from. For the first floor, it's 100% goes to your project. After that, floors 2 through 7, we have a little different formula. It's 50% goes to your project and 50% goes shared with the community. And we've used the calculator just to show what these numbers end up as. So when your 4 people that you initially referred, if they potentially find 4 each, you have 16, and when they find 4, you potentially have 64, and when they find 4, you potentially have 256 people in your community, as you can see. Now, when they fund all the way up to the 4th floor, just like you move through this progression, you potentially can receive this amount of money. We used our calculator to see it. Now, this is just a potential of a hypothetical example of 4 finding 4 and donating all the way up through the 4th floor, with only starting with a $200 donation out of pocket, as we said. But you can see these numbers are very powerful, enough to fund many, many projects. Now, if you go a little farther up, the numbers get so big that we're just not showing them for now, but you can calculate these yourself if you'd like. Or if you start with, let's say, 10 people or 20, we have some people starting with 50 people. So you can imagine how these numbers look when you start with many more people. So it's very, very powerful what you can receive for your projects. All funds received are immediately placed into your electronic wallet. In addition, our proprietary software can be set on automatic and it will work for you 24/7 worldwide. You know, it does not get easier than this. You can start with a $50, $100, or $200 donation. We recommend $200 if you can, and it's very simple. Starting with $200 contribution can help accelerate funding your project 4 times faster. So, how about sending 10 private texts per day? 10 emails per day. Post on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And you can set in motion an internet tidal wave around the world that may change your life forever by simply inviting other people to participate. Instead of personally finding thousands of donors for your project, just introduce 12 people who want to participate in funding their own project. Remember, this is not sales. Rather, it's an invitation for others to raise money via crowdfunding on their own projects. Even if it takes you 1 year to find 1 person per month, or 3 months to find 1 person per week, or better yet, find all 12 in a month, you can succeed. It's just a matter of how fast. Fast track your success by simply emailing, texting, and Facebooking all your contacts with an invitation today. Finding 12 people to participate in a month is doable, and it will greatly accelerate your success. You know, here's Kirby's project. Now, Kirby was somebody that's on our platform, and he's kind of our poster child because he did very well. Kirby loves to fly, and he wants to create an aviation school. He also wants to help children and families back in the Philippines because of all the typhoons find homes that they might have lost. Here's a little better picture of Kirby. He He's our first person to break the 100,000 mark, but he raised over $103,000 on our shared crowdfunding platform, starting with just 12 personal referrals that became project managers, and he did this in 62 days using our donation distribution formula that we showed you just before. And his donations are still coming in and growing bigger every day. Join our global community of crowdfunders. You can start today. Join for free, add your dream project to the website, make a one-time small out-of-pocket contribution, begin sharing your project with others, help others do the same, keep stepping up and sharing it forward. So what's your dream? Crowdfunding can happen very fast, not taking years, rather weeks or months. Live your dreams in Technicolor. Start your project today by getting back with the person who is kind enough to share with you this presentation.